All right, for busy mornings or just days when you are crazy busy and need to have something ready, this is a fantastic recipe, overnight chia pudding cups. We're gonna make 3 individual servings in this video. So you'll need a tablespoon of chia seeds per serving, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, and I'm just going along the line here, like a little assembly line, pouring them into each jar. So 1 tablespoon in each jar. Then you're going to use unsweetened coconut. I get mine from either Tropical Traditions or Bob's Red Mill are my 2 favorite brands. So just unsweetened shredded coconut or coconut flakes, shreds or flakes. Just put this heaping tablespoon into each jar down your little assembly line. And next up is going to be oat bran, which I prefer, or quick oats. And I choose the gluten-free variety, certified gluten-free from Bob's Red Mill. So again, that's the oat bran, gluten-free oat bran, or you can use quick oats. If you want to make them the quick oats even quicker to absorb the moisture in these cups, you can pulse them a few times in a food processor or a blender to kind of break up the oats into more of a small oat bran-like particle. So now we're going to use some non-dairy yogurt. Now, this is a small cup of my coconut milk yogurt, which I have a recipe on my website that I'll share with you. It's nice and thick. If you know that you tolerate dairy, so you see I use actually a pretty big heaping tablespoon here, but if you know you tolerate dairy, you can also use dairy yogurt. Just choose an organic grass-fed variety if you can. So here we have non-dairy milk, half a cup per serving. Now, you can play with this. I'm using flax milk, as you can see. Be sure to shake up your non-dairy milk before using. Every time you use non-dairy milk, you want to shake it up. And I actually had to switch to a new kind of milk. So remember, it's half a cup per serving. You might want to play with this ratio too. If you find that half a cup per serving is too liquidy, then play with maybe a third of a cup. Now the key here is to stir really, really, really well. You want to get all of the particles floating around, the chia seeds floating all over. You want to kind of scrape down the sides and get all the chia seeds down into the liquid. Really stir it well. Break up the yogurt. Sorry, that was my cat jumping down from her perch. So stirring well, each serving, stir really, really, really well. And then you're gonna, once all of the jars are stirred really well, put your lids on, and you are actually going to let them sit either on the countertop or in the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes. Try not to wait much longer than 15 minutes because what's going to happen is you're going to do a second stirring, and this is really important because if you wait too long or if you don't do a second stirring, the chia seeds will tend to settle toward the bottom of the containers, and it'll create a real hard kind of layer of chia seeds on the bottom. So you really got to do that second stirring. You can stir real well with a fork, or you can screw the lid on super, super tight and then shake. But what you might notice is that with shaking, it doesn't get all of the chia seeds off the bottom. So if that happens, take the lid off and give it a stir. So just experiment and play, but do be sure to do this second shake or stirring in order to get all the chia seeds off the bottom. So put the lids back on, and what you're going to do is you're going to refrigerate this overnight. Now you can, before you put it in the refrigerator, you can add additional sweetness. You can add some honey or pure maple syrup if you'd like, but that's optional. I usually don't do that. Now, when you're ready to eat or ready to maybe pack these in your lunch for a little snack at work, I'm going to show you some variations. You can add 2 drops of a certified pure therapeutic grade essential oil that is suitable for ingestion. This is lemon. So it's just a lemon essential oil, just 2 drops per serving, and stir it up real well. It's real delicious pudding, like kind of like a tapioca pudding consistency. Again, play with the liquid. If that's too liquidy, you can play with it. Now this one's my favorite. It's a peanut butter and jelly variation. So a scoop of peanut butter or your favorite nut butter, and then just some frozen raspberries is what I use. And this is great because if you're taking this maybe to work for a snack, for example, the raspberries will thaw by the time you're ready to eat it. And so it's just perfect for taking to work. You don't even need to refrigerate it if you're going to be eating it within the next, couple of hours. The final variation is just sliced banana, which naturally sweetens the chia pudding. So I just take a medium ripe banana and slice it up, and I really love putting cinnamon on top of it as well at the end. So slice up a banana and put cinnamon on top. There are so many variations you can do. You can stir cocoa powder into your chia pudding, again, maybe with a little bit of honey or maple syrup. And that's a delicious, rich, decadent variation to satisfy those chocolate cravings. Whatever you do, just play with it and have fun. And these are just the pictures of my finished products. This one is the picture of my cinnamon banana one. So good. Perfect breakfast or midday snack with fiber, healthy fats, and protein. So if you want to see the recipe again, here it is. This is per serving, so per jar. A tablespoon of chia seeds, a tablespoon of unsweetened coconut shreds, the oat bran or quick oats, and I use gluten-free. Then up to half a cup of the non-dairy milk and the tablespoon of unsweetened non-dairy yogurt. And just know that if you tolerate dairy yogurt and you know that you're fine with it, go ahead and use dairy yogurt. That's fine. And then the honey or pure maple syrup to taste. So be sure to stir well, let rest for 10 to 15 minutes, and you've got to do that second stirring in order to make sure that the chia seeds don't settle at the bottom. Refrigerate overnight, and then you can flavor it or top it as desired, and just enjoy this really simple, fun recipe that I find that is kind of a crowd pleaser. My whole family enjoys it, and you can even add nuts to the top. You can have fun with it. I've even added peanut butter and chocolate chips to my sons for a special treat. So have fun, enjoy, and make your breakfast ahead of time or your snack ahead of time. It is so good to be prepared. Thanks for watching, ladies.